AR glasses continue to expand their capabilities, bringing new ways of experiencing content. You can connect them to existing devices that you might have in your daily life, or create a standalone setup that gives you access to any of the content that you might want to watch and interact with. With the latest glasses from XREAL, there is yet another new trick up the sleeve of these high-quality augmented reality glasses, and it's a really cool start for what else these shades can do. Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? Let's take off the physical shade and use the electrochromic shades of the XREAL Air 2 Pro. Shouts out to XREAL for sending me the Air 2 Pro to try out during my current trip and for sponsoring this video. As such, I'm going to be giving an overview of the features that make these AR glasses a great expansion of experiences I already have in my daily tech life, and a great way of viewing content on their own thanks to an added companion. Check out everything XREAL has to offer in the links that I have in the description and in the pinned comment below. First off, the glasses themselves. They come in a nice leather-like case that houses the essentials, a shade for blocking out any ambient distractions, and the USB-C cable that connects to anything you might want to blow up to a huge wearable display. Now, while the Air 2 can come in a flashy red color, my Air 2 Pro is the jet black version with a replaceable nose pad and an attachment for adding a prescription if you do need it. I'll probably do that later on, but for now, I'll be viewing these through my contact lenses. The color of the glasses can also be customized via what is called the Kaleido Kit, a set of stickers that simply and easily changes up the look. Keeping things simple with the black on black, though, is fine by me. Now, comfort is a big part of the Air 2 Pro, from the design to the displays. The glasses are actually lighter than before, at 75 grams with adjustment points to make it fit a little bit better on the head. I mentioned the replaceable nose pad already, but the temple hinges actually have this spring system that allows for fitting different head shapes. But of course, it's all about the viewing experience, with the latest Sony 0.55 micro OLED displays being used to provide high-quality 1080p resolution per eye with great contrast ratios and 120Hz refresh rate. The result is an effective display size of up to 330 inches, which comes by perceiving the display on a surface much farther away. That's the magic of augmented reality glasses, that you can kind of see beyond the displays and beyond the glass and put the content into the real world. Now, eye care is a big focus for the Air 2 Pro as well. These glasses are the first to get the TÜV Rheinland Eye Care certification, confirming that the displays have high color performance with minimal blue light impact and are free of flicker. When you have screens that are this close to your eyes, measurements like this matter. I'm going to go ahead and get these connected to my laptop here to show you the neat trick that I talked about earlier. The shade that comes with these glasses is one way of blocking out the outside world and getting fully immersed, and it actually has this bottom portion that helps with really blocking everything out. But then you have this button on the right temple that actually does that job on its own. You can see them getting darker right now. That's right, electrochromic dimming has been added to the Air 2 Pro so that the lenses beyond the displays can dim themselves. 3 levels are available: 0 for still having the full augmented reality experience, 35 for some immersion, and then 100% for full dimming, so that all you're seeing is the content coming through the vivid micro OLED displays. These AR glasses become AR shades all on their own, and that's pretty dang cool. So let's get things connected to the glasses and have some fun. If you're familiar with AR glasses, all of the enhancements and benefits I just mentioned are applied to the classic experiences. The USB-C cable from the glasses goes right into your everyday tech, like your smartphone, laptop, or portable gaming consoles, and then the big display just blows them up to a massive degree. The smartphone experience is probably the most common configuration for me, especially lately because I've been on long-haul flights or on bullet trains jumping around Japan. Now, on my phone, I do have a lot of content already downloaded in case Wi-Fi is not available, and then I just screen mirror my phone display to the Air 2 Pro, which results in a home theater experience that is way better than the screens in front of me on planes. And then on the Shinkansen, I really feel like I'm in the future as the bullet train absolutely speeds across the country as I'm watching a Studio Ghibli film. Now, having headphones connected to the smartphone helps with the immersion, but audio is actually pretty good on the Air 2 Pro's temples, providing personal audio without needing extra peripherals. Now, while sound leakage might have been minimized in this new pair, anyone who's sitting like right next to you could probably still hear that you're literally listening to something. So I find that it's a great feature to use when I'm enjoying things on my own in bed, like playing games on my Steam Deck or Nintendo Switch. No need to dock either of those game consoles when I can get a huge, great display for them by putting on a pair of light glasses. Now, there is one concern with AR glasses sometimes that people contend with, and that's battery life. Not necessarily for the glasses, because they don't come with batteries and are powered by the connected device. But instead, it's about the connected device using up that USB-C port in order to complete the configuration. Well, XREAL thought about this and made the XREAL Hub, which is a simple little accessory that bridges the gap for devices like the Steam Deck and the Switch. It allows for display connection while plugging in a charger for up to 45-watt charging, perfect for these handheld consoles. So now there's no reason to worry that the connected device will run out of juice and cut short the gaming or viewing session. This second screen experience is a classic way of enjoying AR glasses like the Air 2 Pro, but there is more that can be enjoyed when the glasses' little friend gets into the mix. This right here is the XREAL Beam. Again, a pretty simple and pretty well-designed accessory that really opens up the capabilities of the XREAL Air 2 Pro. You'll notice there are two USB-C ports on here, just like on the Hub. It functions the same at first, providing a bridge between devices, but now the Beam adds an interface and its own software for accessing further settings on the display. The Beam adds 3 DOF, or 3 degrees of freedom, capability to the glasses. So now the display can actually be anchored in place. So you have something like a virtual TV in one spot that you have to physically look at, or you can just have it smoothly follow your head as you move around. What might be my favorite iteration of these controls, however, is the side view mode. You use this button on the side to change between the different modes, and in side view, the projected screen can be put in one of the 4 corners so that you can have it playing quite literally in the background or over on the side while you're doing other stuff because you can see through the glasses. I can just put the lightweight glasses on, put the Beam in my pocket, and this level of augmented reality is pretty easy to achieve. And since the Beam has its own battery and software interface, it can just work on its own, with access to streaming services like Netflix all built in. Now, installing other Android apps is possible too, so I could get something like VLC and play my downloaded videos, again in travel scenarios where Wi-Fi is either unavailable or just terrible. XREAL claimed that the Beam can go for 3.5 hours, which is pretty good for a couple of movies, but the other port here is for charging anyway via 27-watt fast charging, which is great. With the features of the Air 2 Pro, the experience of AR glasses is getting pretty well-rounded. I talked about entertainment the most here, and that's obviously where the fun is. But the Air 2 Pro are also great companions for getting stuff done. They're an easy-to-travel-with way of getting a bigger monitor for my laptop, for example. And they add comfort to my productivity on planes and trains. If you've ever tried to do work in an airplane seat, you know the feeling of having to like crunch or hunch over to look at your screen. Now with these glasses, the screen is wherever my head is, so I can actually sit back or sit up while doing things like editing videos, like the one you're watching right now. I literally edited this video using the XREAL Air 2 Pro while on a Shinkansen ride. It was great. And ultimately, XREAL are putting in the work to streamline the AR glasses experience and making it so that these high-tech glasses are as easy to bring with you as any old pair of shades. So I have a huge display that easily sits in my backpack pocket, ready to be deployed in places where you'd never be able to fit a big screen in the first place. And that's pretty dang cool. And so, there you have it. An overview of the XREAL Air 2 Pro and its effective little friends, the Hub and the Beam. All of these items are easy to move around with, and that makes this whole setup pretty sleek and even more enjoyable. I want to thank XREAL once again for partnering with me on this video and for outfitting me with the Air 2 Pro and the Beam and the Hub for my trip. It's definitely appreciated during all of the long rides on planes and trains. Check out everything XREAL has to offer in the links I have in the description and in the pinned comment below. But from there, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for kicking it with me again today. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.